The Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Adam Gravitz Sports Show.
What's happening, party people? Welcome to the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. This is Jack. Say hello, Adam.
What's up, everyone? Back from the long holiday weekend or holiday break. Back in the swing of
Holiday
things.
break.
I mean, is it not a holiday break?
I mean, not from the podcast.
Well, I'm talking about just in general. From like,
Yeah, we had a few. You had a couple days off of work. That was nice for you.
I had 5 days off. It was great.
There you go.
It felt awesome when we had you and I had a pretty interesting weekend, I would say, right?
I mean, I would say that this was a definitely. Well, I mean, I can get into so many different things that happened over the weekends. Some good, some bad, some less good, some more bad.
Bad.
What's that?
Should we start with the good or the bad?
Let's start with the weird. Let's start with what happened on Sunday night. So it's happily getting ready to warm up some Thanksgiving leftovers, and I was about to slide the turkey into the microwave,
And then
at about 6 o'clock, and then all the power turned off in my house and in the street and in our county. More than 100,000 Pepco customers were without power most of Sunday evening.
5.5 hours, buddy.
Okay, when a small plane smashed into a power line and got lodged in looks like the truss structure that holds up a large, I guess, transfer station, as you call it. I don't understand how energy works.
It was crazy because I obviously wasn't doing what you were doing. I was just watching like Red Zone, and then at like 5:45, all of a sudden, just poof.
Yeah.
Everything goes black. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, it was weird.
So I walk outside.
Yeah.
Well, I walk outside, and it's already eerie because it's like, obviously it gets dark like super early. So you walk outside, and it looks already like a ghost town.
Yeah.
And I see people like walking around with flashlights, and I'm like, hey, did you guys all lose power too?
Yeah.
And they were like, yep.
Well, it was wild. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was like freaking out because I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So thankfully I went to my parents' house.
So you abandoned your house?
Well, I mean, again, at 6 o'clock, what do you want me to do? Like, it's not coming back anytime soon.
Right.
And I got an annoying beeping sound coming from my like utility closet.
Oh, do you know what that annoying beeping sound is?
Yeah, I know. It's like when you don't have power. I know.
It's your Verizon box.
Okay, I don't. It wasn't my Verizon.
Yes, that's the beeping sound. That's the battery backup that tells you, hey, your power is out.
Anyway, so I was like, no, I'm gonna go. So I went to my parents' house, had some dinner, watched the first half of the Sunday night game, and then I was like, should I just stay there?
Well, it's nice that they had power.
Well, no, because you sent me like a thing being like, oh, it's not gonna come back till 8 a.m.
Well, so at first, before we found out that there was a plane that smashed into power lines, the Pepco app said that the power would be back on by like 8 p.m.
Right. So I was like, am I just gonna stay at my parents' house and like I could just work from there on Monday? But I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah.
Whatever. Wait out. So I get home at like 10 o'clock. Like, also driving was not the most fun. Like, I got some hope up because I saw some traffic lights were working. I'm like, oh, maybe I've got power.
Mm-hmm.
Got home, no power.
Right.
No. So I walk into my house. It's like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh, all right, what am I going to do here? All right, I'm just going to go to sleep. But I turned the light on in my bathroom so that if it came on in the middle of the night, the light would come on, so I could see, like, whatever. So I'm trying to go to sleep at 10 o'clock. Obviously, I'm not being able to sleep. Thankfully, at about 11:15, bam, all the lights came on and power was restored.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst duration, but I was because the concern was that they said they weren't going to be able to restore power until they rescued people from the airplane, which they didn't do. Like what they ended up doing was, I guess, rerouting the power. Everything on our sheet. Again, we were like, should we go out to dinner? But again, it's nice that your parents had power.
Didn't everything have no power?
Well, apparently, like there's some spaces, so I didn't want to leave because one, I didn't want to risk the street lights being out, and two, I wasn't sure. We could be driving the location, shopping center to shopping center, looking for a place open.
There was no way, by the way, that your shopping that like the place of Villa Maya had power.
Oh yeah, Villa Maya wasn't gonna be open. But I was talking to Erin, and she said that they actually went to Silver Diner on Rockville Pike, and that was open.
Oh. But would you really want to? All right,
but at 6 o'clock, I wasn't going to roll the dice and try to find someplace open. So yeah, I ended up using. I had I did the stovetop, and then I used a lighter, and I lit the burners, and then skillet cooked turkey.
What did I have? Oh, my parents had were making they had some pizzas or something. So I had a couple small slices of pizza, and then I had some tuna fish.
Yeah. Well, that was good. It was nice. Amazingly, the people who were in the plane did not get hurt, I think, and they got rescued and everything. Again, so all my food in my fridge and freezer were still fine, obviously, and it was not the worst thing.
It was only out for 5 hours.
And the kids were off school for Monday, so that was a nice bonus.
But anyway,
well, let's work that. So that was weird. And then let's go to good. And Saturday, I invited you to the Maryland Rutgers game.
You did.
And we had suite tickets.
Well, okay,
we had access to the suite.
Let's preface it by saying first we go to your catered tailgate, which
of course
I will say the Coakley Williams construction catered tailgate is top notch.
Of course, always.
So we get there at 10, maybe 10:30.
Yeah, 10. Yeah.
And so we get there and I'm like, all right, let's see what we got here. It's oh good, they've got some Chick-fil-A. So of course, yours truly houses 2 bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches, one on a biscuit, one on a sandwich, whatever.
Of course.
Have a couple of those, a few drinks.
You had a couple donuts too, right?
Donuts. Your kids licked. Your kids got some sprinkled donuts and then just licked the sprinkles.
Well, the thing is, Shira's power move is she eats a donut, then requests a second one, which is usually the cake batter one, which has the yellow frosting and the sprinkles, and she licks that off.
Your daughter was the entire day was saying that all of my drinks were soda.
Mm-hmm.
All of my my Trulies and my High Noons, all that was soda.
Yeah.
And she told me I could not have any soda the whole day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Great, but no, I will keep on drinking my soda. So anyway, had the nice catered tailgate, and I was thinking, we're just gonna go right to the suite.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was actually perfect weather. I will say
it was really nice. I was worried it was gonna rain, and then it was nice.
Right, no, it was perfect. It was low. It was high 50s, maybe even 60.
Out.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
So we go there, and I'm like, when are we going to the suite? And such a bougie question, when are we going to the suite? And you were like, we have to hear back from people. And I was like,
no,
okay.
because I didn't have the actual ticket. I had to get the badge from Tyler.
So thankfully, and even your kids were being bougie, and we're like, when do we go? What were they saying?
Yeah, God, we had a Slummit sitting in our lower bowl seats waiting for
What did they say? Weren't they kept on asking you the whole time, when are we going up or whatever?
Yeah, because they wanted to play video games and
So anyway, thankfully, about halfway through the first quarter, I guess.
Yeah.
You got the text or the call.
Yeah, it was right after I took Shira to the bathroom in the normal people area.
All right, we can go now. So then we went up to the suite, which awesome view. Everything was great.
Of course.
This place, it was just stacked with food. Again, I'm a fat ass, so I just they had pizza, they had hot dogs, they had sliders. There was. What else?
My meatball subs. Don't forget that.
What?
Don't forget my meatball subs.
Oh, meatball subs. They had cookies. They had Rice Krispie treats. A ton of beer.
Did you say pizza?
Yeah, there was pizza.
Okay.
Chips, I think. I don't even know if there was chips.
And then the liquor in the fridge that I found.
It was just, we were stacked. Most people weren't even really some people watching the game. It was a horrible game. Not horrible. And it was just a blowout. It was we were just making fun of Rutgers the whole time. We were seeing if they were going to get to 100 yards, which I think they barely did in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience. You know me, I don't usually get full, but after eating, I think 3 sliders, 1 hot dog, 1 meatball sub, cookies, Rice Krispie treats, and multiple 4 or 5 beers.
Did you have anything from the charcuterie board? I forgot if you ate.
I don't think I did not eat anything from the charcuterie board. No.
Okay, that's good.
That's another bougie comment. Did you eat anything from the charcuterie board?
Well, I remember because Shira wanted a fruit platter that she made, and then she made sure it was topped off with the thinly sliced cheeses and meats on top with her.
That's right. Also, Shira told me I could only eat cheese, water. I can only have cheese, water, and I forgot what else she told me I could only have, which is very funny.
Mm-hmm.
But she was very insistent that was all I could have. But it was pretty awesome. Your kids, did not pay attention at all to football.
They paid attention the first quarter when we were sitting in our normal seats.
Very briefly, but then all they did was just play on their phone.
Fun. It's fine.
Which was fun, but no, it was a hell of a time. It was a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Hell of a game, hell of an experience. I thank you very much. Yeah, it was great times. And then obviously that Friday night, I know you didn't watch. I don't know how much of it you watched, but Florida State played Florida in a pretty wild game. Would you say? Would you say it was wild?
You can tell me all about it.
Horribly officiated. I do have a question. I don't know if you can. In an SEC ACC game, would you think it's smart to have SEC officials? Does that make sense to you? Wouldn't you think you would find officials from like a different conference? Yes or no?
Yeah, it probably would make a difference. Yeah, it's not a great idea.
I'm not saying it was like a big, but like it seemed a little crazy to me. But whatever. These officials were terrible, but it was a hell of a game. The Florida fans were whining because like there was a missed face mask at the end, while meanwhile there was like a pass interference that was very questionable and some other calls that went against Florida State. But nonetheless, the good guys ended up on top, 45-38, capping off a 9-3 season. Be honest with you, could have been a lot better of a season. I know that sounds me being like a pompous ass, but
yeah,
it probably should have been a 10-win team. They blew one stupid game to NC State where they had a 2-touchdown lead and just completely fucked it up. But hell of a season. They finished in the penultimate college football rankings, number 13.
That's good for you.
And they will move higher. They will move higher because if Kansas State loses and Utah lose, who are both ahead of us, and another, who knows? We could be in the top 10.
Yeah,
which is great. And I think we are. So for that, you know what our reward is? Apparently, I've seen we were matched up in the Cheez-It Bowl against Texas Tech.
Nice.
Are you kidding me? Texas Tech is like a 6-win team, Jack. Shut up.
You love Cheez-Its.
No, it used to be, I think, the Gator Bowl or something. Or it's in Orlando. I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is
you should go.
If we're a top 15 team, don't match us up with Texas Tech. I want a real team. Give me a guy. Like, come on, man. Mm-hmm. But no, it was a hell of a weekend. Yeah, really good weekend.
Cool.
So that's that. In other sports, the U.S. beat. Is it Iran? How do you pronounce it? Because I know
Iran.
Iran.
Yeah.
Okay. 1-0 in soccer. Can I make a gripe? I have a gripe.
You have a grind your gears? Do you have a grind your gears?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a grinds my gears, but I think you've encountered these people too.
Mm-hmm.
Every 4 years, we get the people on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, who start talking about soccer, who have not watched 1 second of soccer, couldn't name more than 2 players on the roster before the game started, acting like if you're not into the soccer, what's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
You know those people.
Yeah. It's the same people who are into like curling in the Olympics.
Or the same people who are into who are into like gymnastics.
Yeah, they have no idea what's happening.
Like swimming. Like, stop, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna great. It was on my TV because I didn't have any work going on, so I had it on. But stop, a mutual, somebody was texting me are you watching it? Are you watching it? Oh my god, and we were talking. Me and somebody we were talking in a group chat. We were talking about college basketball. This is not time to talk about November college basketball. It's dude, shut up. Nobody cares that much about soccer. You don't, because as soon as the USA loses, which could happen as soon as Saturday, you're not going to give a shit again for the next 4 years. So stop. You know those people, and I'm sorry. It grinds my gears. I notice you have nothing to say, so I don't know why I even say it, because you have nothing to say.
Mm-hmm. No, it's.
You know those people. Tell me you know what I'm talking about.
They get hyped up. They're. I mean, I don't know anything about soccer, and I don't pretend.
But you have it on. It's all right, cool. You're not rooting against the U.S. And if you were it's cool. But it's stop giving me shit because I don't care that much about the U.S. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, it's again, if you're someone who's waking up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday to go watch football at the bar, then God bless you.
You are a soccer person. I get it. But let's be honest here. A majority of the U.S. soccer fans are just like the person I dealt with today who every 4 years pretends like they give a shit for when the World Cup happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. It's annoying. That's all. I'm sorry. Just had to get that off my chest.
No, I got you.
No, I mean, look, and they play the Netherlands on Saturday morning at 10. It actually works out pretty good because you watch that and then it goes right in all the championship games.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I mean,
I don't know. They're probably a massive underdog against the Netherlands, but whatever.
I read something that if we scored an extra goal, that the matchup would have been different? Is that true? I don't know how that works.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Had they won, yeah, no, it wouldn't have mattered because had they won against Wales, they would have scored the same number of points as England, but they didn't have the goal differential.
I don't understand how this works.
Anyway, they should never have gone to this had they just beaten Wales, which they should have done in the first place.
Yeah,
but it was fine, but whatever. So had to get that off my chest.
Okay, cool.
What else did we have? Do we have any? We can get a brief little Wizards talk. I mean, it's been whatever. I'm sorry. Like, can we stop with the big three shit? Like, I'm tired of that shit. Stop calling this a big three. Like, okay, it's cute, and like people are like, oh, why do you want to get rid of Kuzma? Because I don't want to commit $100 million to Kristaps Porzingis, Kyle Kuzma, and Bradley Beal, which at best our ceiling is the seventh seed.
Yeah, this is Kristaps Porzingis' team with a bunch of other dudes.
Well, no, this is why I hate this organization. Is that like they get excited, even like the people who follow the Wizards like religiously and do like podcasts and have their own blogs and stuff where they're like, oh, all you people that want to get rid of Kuzma, like what's wrong? It's like, yeah, I don't want to commit $100 million to three guys where the ceiling is basically being first round fodder for everybody. I'm sorry, like we can't draft. Our 10th pick is clear. I'm sorry. Another unpopular take that I'm about to make. We need to trade Johnny Davis right now. I have no faith. The dude put up. Yes, he can't even get it. Like, think about it. A top 10 pick cannot play over a veteran that you brought in on a expiring contract.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that, Jack. A top 10 pick.
Yeah.
No, I want him gone. I don't even care. I don't care if he develops into the next Donovan Mitchell, which he won't.
No.
By the time he becomes good, what? That's 3 years down the road?
You're not going to want to sign him anyway. I
mean, I'm sorry. People are getting excited because he put up 3 points and 3 fouls in 4 minutes. Like, what? What are we doing here? The guy, I've never seen a guy, and you can, whatever. I've never seen a person look less confident on a basketball court than Johnny Davis. What the hell were they scouting? Tell me what they were doing draft eval.
I don't know what they were watching.
Because he's terrible. I mean, at least like Denny and Kispert and they showed some flashes, Rui.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen, this guy can't play over Will Barton.
No.
Jordan Goodwin is playing minutes over Johnny Davis. Yeah. I understand he's a nice story. But you get my point about the whole big three shit. Stop calling it that. This isn't a big three. Like beating just because you beat the Timberwolves by, you scored 142 points. No, it does not mean that you're like, they're not. If I would like for all these Wizards people who talk about this big three, okay, fine. You want to build around those three? Give me a 5-point plan of how you're going to get better. I've said this on multiple podcasts. Am I true or false?
Yeah.
Give us a 5-point plan about how re-signing Kuzma, re-signing Porzingis to long-term deals, you are going to get better. And I don't just mean like, oh, let's make the play-in tournament. I'm talking about, and you would agree, a top 5 seed.
Yeah.
If you can give me a legitimate blueprint with realistic trades, I'm not saying like, oh, let's trade for, whatever. Something stupid. No.
Package everyone for Giannis.
Yeah, it's like, but give me a realistic 3-point plan.
Look, I think your best path forward is committing. Look, you already are committed to Porzingis and Beal, basically. So just
no, you're not committed to Porzingis because Porzingis can opt out.
I feel like you could. Okay, well then at that rate, then let's trade Porzingis now. He's at high value. He's healthy.
Here's the problem with this organization. They are stupid.
Yes.
This is an organization that should have traded Rui Hachimura last year.
Should have traded Beal 3 years ago.
Should have traded Beal 3 years ago. Hachimura has no value. So you have to decide between Rui and Kuzma. We would both agree Kuzma is the better player.
Correct.
Problem. But you can't get anything for Rui because no smart team, now they're stupid team, no smart team is going to trade for a guy up for a rookie that's an RFA.
Correct.
So you lost your opportunity to trade Rui.
Correct.
So there is no trade. Great, you can trade Will Barton for a bag of chips.
I like chips.
I'm just saying, this team is so stupid, and Ted is so stupid that he's going to be like, oh, well, Porzingis is bringing in some fans. Like, oh, we have to re-sign him. Like, I'm just,
okay.
It's so frustrating watching this team. That's all. I say it every time. It's just frustrating. That's all.
I know.
What else do we have?
You want to pick some games?
We have some NFL. It's week 13. It's lucky number 13.
Mm-hmm.
Week number 13. It's both of our teams are pretty hot.
Yeah.
Will that continue? I mean, your schedule's a joke. Mine gets tougher, so.
Does it, though?
Yes, it does.
We'll find out coming right up. The Adam Gravitz Sports Show football picks.
Yeah, I know. My picks are better than your picks. So
I think our picks are always the same, and we always get them perfect.
They're not.
CJ Gardner-Johnson has a lacerated kidney. Ooh.
Exactly. All right, can we get to the picks, Jackass?
All right, Thursday night.
Actually, an interesting. Okay, it's an interesting.
Buffalo at the Patriots. Buffalo's only 4-point favorites. I hate Thursday night games except for Thanksgiving.
So here's the thing. You know who I need to root for is New England, because Miami is tied with Buffalo.
Okay.
However, I can't bring myself to root for New England. I really can't.
You need to put your faith in the hands of the chosen one, Mac Jones.
I don't think Mac Jones is good. I think Buffalo has not played very well. I mean, it's not that they have played well. I think for what everybody thought, like, oh, they're a lock for the Super Bowl, they're a lock for the Super Bowl. They kind of struggled. They've got some injuries especially on defense. Like Josh, I think it's kind of hypocritical how much people shit on like certain guys for turning the ball over. Yes, Josh Allen has 14 turnovers.
Yeah, they're not good.
He's a little fucked up. Do you agree that like nobody like shits on Josh Allen really?
Yeah,
he's regressed a little bit. I'm sorry, he's regressed.
He's banged up. That's what you say when someone's good and they're making mistakes.
When Tua does it, it's because he's okay. You're such a dude. You're just like all the NFL.
I'm exaggerating.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, he needs to get like shit on him. But yet people have been like the top 5 in MVP. No, he's got 14 turnovers.
No, that's too many.
Give me a fucking break. That being said, I think Buffalo wins the game because I think they will put up enough points. And New England's offense sucks. I'm sorry. I know they scored a lot against Minnesota, but Buffalo's defense I still think is better than Minnesota's. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think it actually could be low scoring.
Yeah, the combined score is 43.5, which is not exciting.
New England's defense is good.
Yeah,
but I'll still take Buffalo to win.
Take Buffalo. Buffalo minus 4 sounds fun.
Like 23-17 is what I think.
Okay,
that's what
sounds great.
Or like 24.
Cool. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers without Najee Harris.
Well, we don't know if
he's out. Facing the Falcons.
They didn't say he's definitely out.
Pittsburgh is 1-point favorite.
Against who?
The Falcons.
I mean, these are just two dreadful.
Two middling teams.
Wow. Pittsburgh Falcons. Ugh.
I'll take the crab juice.
I'll take short week. I mean, it's not like weather's an issue. I'll take Pittsburgh. Like, I don't think Pittsburgh's been good, per se. And even without Najee Harris last night, their running game was still fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've got some okay weapons, Freiermuth and Deontay Johnson, George Pickens. Defense is, I guess, with TJ Watt. But, like, did the Falcons inspire you at all?
They didn't look good against Washington.
No. And, like, I mean, granted, there was weather, but, like, their offense is crap. The defense is meh. Yeah, I'll take Pittsburgh in, like, an ugly 1916 type shit, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'll ride with that.
It's ugly.
All right. Also ugly, the Packers or the Bears. Aaron Rodgers says he'll play, but he shouldn't.
He shouldn't. Here's the thing.
Season's over.
I don't understand why you don't just go to Jordan Love. You need to know what you have with him. But yeah, go ahead.
Look,
Packers, Bears. I mean, you have to take the Packers because Justin Fields is probably not playing. And I mean, do you trust Trevor Siemian?
I trust Jordan Love a little more, I guess.
I did, right. So you gotta take the Packers.
All right.
I mean, they're playing better. They gave a good effort against Philly. I'll take them.
Okay.
Chicago they need to lose, to be honest with you. They need to lose.
Yeah.
You even said they so yeah, they'll win. Green Bay wins.
The game of teams full of spunk. The Jacksonville Jaguars are at the Detroit Lions. Jags are 1-point favorite.
I got a feeling this is going to be a track meet type. I feel like this is going to be a very high scoring game. I think you agree.
I mean, one would expect that. That's how they play.
You're right about Jacksonville. They're spunky. Like, we don't know if Travis Etienne's going to play. Seems like he'll play because they said he was cleared to play.
Sure he was.
They didn't want to bring him back.
Fine.
I'll take Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville. That was a big win against Baltimore. I know Detroit plays hard as well, but this is gonna sound crazy. I trust Jacksonville's defense a little more than Detroit's. And I like their offense, too. I actually like Jacksonville's offense. I'll take Jacksonville. Yeah, I'm crazy.
I'm going to take Detroit at home.
That's fine. I can't. It's a hard game. I would just take the over. Whatever the over-under is, I take the over.
51.5. It's a very high-scoring projection. I really need Etienne to play.
You're telling me you couldn't see a 30-24 game in that one?
Easily. I need Etienne to play for my fantasy team. And I need Evan Ingram to have a catch. That'd be really nice.
I need Zay Jones to have a good game. So I think
maybe I'll go out and get Chigakonkwo. I don't know.
You could do that. That would be a brilliant move. It's such a Maryland move by you. Go ahead.
More Maryland moves. The New England Football Jets, starring Ty Johnson, are facing the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are 3-point favorites. Jets are going to be without Michael Carter.
The Mike White thing, we got to stop with this Mike White shit. Like, he did this last year where he had one awesome game and then...
No, look, every career backup quarterback has one game in him.
I mean,
he's still better than Zach Wilson, though.
Mike Carter looks like he's out, possibly.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, but Zach Wilson's better than... not better than Michael Carter.
Mike White.
Better. Correct. Mike White is better than Zach Wilson. You're better than Zach Wilson.
That's what you meant to say. Okay. That being said, I think we have to take Minnesota. I think we have to stop shitting all over Minnesota.
No, Minnesota's a good team. They win.
It's at Minnesota, right?
At Minnesota. It's Minnesota.
Yeah, I'll take Minnesota. I like Minnesota in this game.
Okay.
Like, I know the Jets have a very good defense, but no, I'll still take Minnesota.
Yeah, the Jets are still fraudulent 7-4.
I think they are too.
Speaking of fraudulent 7-4, the New York Football Giants are hosting the Washington Commanders, fresh off their giant victory.
You're gonna be shocked.
Commanders are 2.5-point favorites, and I have them winning and covering.
I do too. I'm impressed by the Commanders. Like, they find ways to win. Like, again, I don't think Heineke's great by any stretch.
He's super mediocre, but that's all they needed.
But like, the Giants have injuries and just I don't know. I'll take Commanders. Commanders keep it going.
Keep the money train going. The Tennessee Titans are at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are 5-point favorites.
And this, to me, is the worst line I've ever seen in my life. This is the rattiest bullshit line I've ever seen. Something's wrong. Oh, yeah. I'm taking Tennessee outright. And I'll tell you why. This is a matchup. Who's the one team that beat the Eagles?
Washington.
How'd the Commanders do?
Ran the ball 50 times.
What the hell does Tennessee have?
They run the ball 50 times.
Yep. It's simple as that. I just don't like this. I think this is I think it's very disrespectful kind of Tennessee. Like, it's kind of shitting all over him, and I'm going to take Tennessee.
I don't think Tennessee. Yep, you've convinced me.
Tennessee outright to win this game.
You've convinced me.
Good deal.
I'll do it. Okay. Ugh. Baltimore looking to get right against Denver Broncos. 8.5-point favorites. It's a lot of points. Baltimore plays sloppy and makes bad choices, but Denver has got awful.
Denver is the worst. They said some like advanced analytics. They have a worse offense than when the Browns went 0-16.
Sounds right.
I mean, Nathaniel Hackett can't have a job after this year, right?
He shouldn't have a job after this week.
Right. You can't pick Denver. You can't.
No, I don't. Also, Baltimore is angry and irritated and upset.
I might be rooting for Denver, but for the Dolphins. But
okay, great.
Baltimore's game. Though Baltimore's a weird team too, but they'll win.
They play so stupid right now.
So dumb.
So dumb. Speaking of so dumb, the Cleveland Browns, the Houston Texans, the return of Deshaun Watson. Cleveland's 7-point favorites.
I mean, I've been reading a bunch of stuff about this game where it's like, oh, Watson will be rusty because it's 700 days off. Blah, blah. That could be true, but like, have you seen Houston?
Watson's the healthiest he's ever been physically.
Listen, the fact that again, he's coming off. It's not an injury.
But he had previously had an ACL tear before that.
He's completely healed. What I'm saying is
he's emotionally broken.
Yes, he's a scumbag, a piece of shit. All the words you can say about him. Houston's just atrocious, and you don't think he's gonna want to just like beat the.
They're not even gonna have to. They're thinking they could give it. They could.
It seems like a Nick Chubb. Yeah, it seems like a Nick Chubb game where it's like Chubb gets 27 carries for 155 yards, 2 touchdowns. Watson throws for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
throws for 200 yards, and they roll like 34-10.
Yeah,
this is just. Houston sucks.
Houston's giving up all hope. Cleveland wants to show something.
Yeah.
Speaking of showing something, the Seattle Seahawks are facing the dumpster fire Los Angeles Rams. Rams don't care about playing anymore. The Seahawks are 7.5 point favorites.
This is what happens when you go all in and trade all your draft picks.
It was worth it.
No, it's worth it. You got your Super Bowl, but they have so many injuries too. Their offensive line is completely torched. I mean, Stafford's dunzo probably for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Donald has a high ankle sprain. Yeah, and I don't think Seattle's by any means good, really.
But they're better than the Rams.
They're better than the dumpster fire known as the Rams. So, yeah, I'll take Seattle.
Cool. Same. Okay, and what looks to be the game of the week, your Dolphins are at the 49ers, and the 49ers are 4-point favorites at home, so it's basically like a toss-up.
So Miami is very banged up on the offensive line. Their left tackle, Teron Armstead, who I knew going in has always hurt. Got a pec strain, is probably not playing this week. That's that's like them losing Trent Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a monster loss. That being said, from what I've read, San Francisco does not bring blitzes. Tua tears people up that don't bring blitzes.
Okay.
San Francisco's weakness is the vertical passing game. What is Miami's strength?
Vertical passing game.
There you go. McDaniel knows the system. He's got the runners. I'm a homer in this respect. I'm going to take the Dolphins in an upset. I don't love it. If we lose, it's not the end of the world. It's a very tough game. Christian McCaffrey has some knee irritation.
Of course he does.
I know.
That's his whole life is in the irritation.
Elijah Mitchell is out for 6 to 8 weeks, so he's going to miss the game.
He's made out of tissue paper.
Miami's defense hasn't been impressive, but Jimmy G has 3 or 4 throws a game where God only knows what he's doing. I'm telling you, I think Miami wins this game. And I'm a homer, but I'm going to take Miami.
Cool. So I'll take Miami too. That's fine.
All right.
Even though Jimmy Garoppolo is the winningest 49ers quarterback of all time.
Crazy.
Okay. Another fun game.
Okay.
Chiefs are at the Bengals. Chiefs are 2-point favorites.
This is a fun.
It's going to be fun. I don't know what to think. The Bengals are weird and sloppy. The Chiefs are kind of weird and sloppy.
So the Bengals are getting Chase and I believe Mixon back.
Yeah.
They have the firepower to go up against the Chiefs.
I really can't have Jamar Chase coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back.
I can't have it.
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon's fine. I can't have Jamar Chase on the team.
He's on stupid sexy Sanders.
Jamar Chase is not.
Joe Mixon is.
I know. It's fine. You can have Joe Mixon, but I can't have Jamar Chase playing.
I know you can't. You know what? I might be stupid. I'm calling for the upset. I think Cincinnati wins this game. I do.
Cincinnati's generally good at home. And I think the Chiefs, I believe the Bengals will pull this off as well.
I think with Chase and Mixon back, I think that's going to give them the added boost to win this game.
Okay. I'm with you on that.
Thanks.
I don't like this game at all. The Los Angeles Chargers are at the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
Chargers are 1.5 point favorites. I generally dislike both these teams. I don't like their energy. I don't like the aura about them. I don't like them.
I like the Chargers. I will say this. I think the Justin Herbert love is a little annoying. I think everyone sucks his dick a little bit too much.
Yes.
But that means I can't. The Raiders, bro, they suck. They suck. Also, Josh Jacobs is now apparently not practicing all week and is hoping to play.
Are you serious?
Hoping.
He couldn't have not played against me when he scored 50 in fantasy last week.
He's got an annoying calf injury.
Great. It didn't stop him from having a 90-yard touchdown at the end of the game.
Again, I don't think the Chargers are good either, but I think, and we don't know if Mike Williams is back or anything, but they're just.
I don't care.
And again, I'll take the Chargers in an ugly game.
I'll take the Chargers too. Ugly game. Speaking of ugly game, the Colts are at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are 11-point favorites.
Why did they flex this one out? I don't know if you can flex out Sunday night, but why do they have this as a Sunday night game?
Mm-hmm.
Why not make the Dolphins-Niners the Sunday night game?
Weren't they doing that? I feel like I saw that was actually happening.
The Dolphins-Niners?
I saw that there was some schedule shift, actually. Hold on.
They may have been flexing some stuff, but they couldn't. You can't move the game from Sunday night. But Cowboys-Colts, I mean, you got to take the Cowboys, right?
Yes, absolutely. Dolphins-Chargers are now moved to 8:20 p.m.
Oh,
on
nice.
NBC.
That's next week. Okay, so that's next week.
Yeah.
That's next week, not
The
this
next
week.
week's
Cool.
game.
Nice.
Yeah, so they kind of did what you're suggesting.
Oh, cool. So they moved our game to 8:20. What'd they bump out? Did they say?
Chiefs Broncos, which makes sense because the Broncos stink.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, cool. We're the 8:20 game. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I saw a thing pop up, but it was for next week.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, you got to take the Cowboys in this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm not like saying anything crazy. Like they're just.
Mm-mm.
I mean, the Colts have some dudes like Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor, but there's just no. The Cowboys are just they're better. It's just they're a better team.
All right. And kind of looks like it's gonna be a clunker of a Monday nighter. The Saints are at the Bucks. Bucks are 3.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I mean the Saints are a joke. Dennis Allen should lose his job. I'm sorry, and I say it every week. Jameis Winston not starting is a travesty. Like the guy is just shit on all the time by everybody, and it makes no sense to me because he should be starting, and he should be starting, and I don't want to hear. I know everyone loves to make fun of Jameis, but don't tell me Andy Dalton is better than Jameis Winston. He's not. You and I both know this.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers are terrible. An embarrassment, a dumpster fire as well. That being said, you've got to take the Buccaneers in this game because the Saints are an absolute, even more of a dumpster fire. So
yeah,
Saints roll this one.
Okay.
Not Saints, sorry. Buccaneers roll. Sorry.
Yeah, the Bucks. I wouldn't say roll. Roll's aggressive. I would say the Buccaneers will win.
They'll win this game by like 10.
Yeah, maybe Mike Evans will have a catch for you.
Ah!
Zing. All right, that's long enough. I'm tired. Enough of sports. All right, well, for Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Have a great night.
The Adam Gravitz Sports Show.